100 sterilized credits qualified non-mechanical reproduction simulation.
Is that so?
Will result in having off-world relocation.
Right here, I don't want to hear any lies. Face the wall. We get against the wall. This is your final warning against the wall. Oh shit! Target down. We've got 1232 down. I need reserves on some extra target. Hero 006, do not move. Quick 808, put them in cuffs. Copy that. Shredding, get your hands behind your back. Heroes, you just said, say that again. Beginning 1014, moving to 1019. Stand by for, quick 6. Copy that. I hear you. Do we want to do this in the course?
Protection team members for family cohesion is
This needs
preserved.
to go to the station block. I'm not handling this in the manager's office. What happened is that unit was covering for an anti-citizen. An anti-citizen that attempted to take my life.
All units respond to Tech 5 and report it to command point.
Right. Alright. How do we want to do this? Do we want to take care of this here out of the sight of the public?
Tech 5 and report
Or
it
do you want to be walked all the way back to the station block in public?
team. Recalibrate socio-scan.
Alright. I guess we're just rolling into the station block.
We are receiving conflicting data.
Come on, pal, with me. I'm really disappointed that I have to deal with this. Keep walking.
Tech leaders. Reminder. 100 sterilized credits qualified non-mechanical reproduction simulation.
Back up. He's already restrained. Quick 6, keep some of your units over here. There's no need to parade him around. Affirmative. A.
We are receiving conflicting data.
So this is the first thing they made you do, correct? Here's the problem. I got reports of another unit turning off restrictors a couple of times, and most of the reports point at you. The force fields. Plenty of reports before this as well. A lot of people pointing fingers at you. I'm sure.
Avviso ai cittadini. Il rifiuto a collaborare comporta la rilocazione extramondo permanente.
All units BOL on suspect.
Rank lead.
All units switch from check 5.
Yes, your units. They also mention incident from a couple of weeks ago. With phantoms being released into the storm system, the unit was at your designation. However, their numbers were unknown.
Local Civil Protection team reports that.
Alright, I see. Alright. Here's what I don't understand. You're a 74. Gun on you. At least, you're able to carry one. The man that attacked me inside of the production block, he had a crowbar. That's it. It's not like he had a gun. He didn't have anything that would be instantly life-threatening. You're telling me that you couldn't defend yourself?
Bank leaders. Reminder. 100 sterilized credits qualifies non-mechanical reproduction simulation.
Multiple people throughout the city. And you're compromised to these people now, right? You also compromised to one single man with a crowbar while he had a gun. Fascinating. I'm just trying to understand whose side you're on. You say that you were doing it because you were under duress. I didn't hear a single warning come from you when that guy jumped out from behind the box with the crowbar. No whisper, no nothing, no talk. You just straight up let us in. Little input, by the way, the guy had 3 guns on him, an SKS, plus 12, and something else I don't remember. But he never used it on us. He never used it on him either because he didn't know he had the gun on him.
Report that.
So he got taken hostage by a guy with a crowbar. That's a 40 rank points, huh? And then... unbelievable that sounds.
Units switch from check 5 and
That sounds like we're being awful too foolish. Multiple reports from the past days also lead to him just allowing rebel cells into the city. We didn't have direct confirmation, but this kind of seals the deal. I don't think it's a hostage situation anymore. I think you're just collaborating with them. As I said, restrictors, opening doors, anything. I'm inclined to agree.
first time when I stepped into that office after the camera went off. I saw your little friend peeking up from behind the box. You think that I didn't see them, but I did. I knew that you were covering for them. You had every chance to walk out of that room and warn me what was happening. When you stepped outside alone, and you chose to say nothing.
What about the fact that you could also lock the door behind him while he was breaking those boxes and you could have walked down to us and tell us he was there locked inside? How about that part?
You could have had a PT filled with guns in that building within seconds. But you chose not to say anything. And in the result of that, I got hurt.
That wasn't really that bad of a hurt, but yeah, could have been worse. No, you
I
don't.
don't think there's anything that you can say that's going to it's not going to convince me.
It's not gonna convince me either. It's probably not gonna convince this bench either, so...
Dispatch saw the whole thing. The camera was fully functional. There was nothing wrong with it.
Correct.
So, I don't know. Hero, what do you think is fair? What kind of punishment would you give to a unit that's in your position to cure us?
We are receiving conflicting data. Team, recalibrate socio-scan.
Rumors of those found collaborating being executed. You know the rules just as well as we do. You've read the SOPs. You've read all of your training. You know what you're supposed to do when something like this happens. I don't want you to sit here and play dumb.
Maybe we can push it to disassociation then, if he plans on playing dumb. No, there's not.
What other way would there be? Why would you be special and deserve some sort of special treatment?
Anti-fatigue ration is now 3 milligrams. Team, recalibrate
We have
socio-scan.
captured. I'll explain outside.
No, it's fine. I got it.
Copy.
What's up with Chad? That unit has been found to be collaborating with anti-citizens.
Keep yourself seated. It might take some time. Now that you can move either way. Hero, if you have any dignity, you'll admit to what you did.
Citizen reminder. Inaction is conspiracy. Report counter behavior. Civil
Admit to it that you are collaborating with these anti-citizens. That you are going behind the order and safety of the company. That might be the only way you're getting out of this alive. No. Valuable information will be rewarded. Who are these people? Names, locations, anything APB related. You want to be spared or not? Go on, names.
We are receiving conflicting data.
With these Copy that. What is this group named? Right.
All units switch from Detect 5 and report into command.
Yeah, I've heard of this group. A bunch of nobodies. Right, okay, that guy's dead. What about the others? What? Janka? Right.
Checking.
Copy that.
Reminder,
Visual confirmation.
memory replacement is the first step towards rank privileges.
Confirm those names for me, 808. And we'll see.
Reminder, memory replacement is the first step towards rank privileges.
Where do they operate? You know anything else? What else do they have planned? They were probably using you either way for access, so...
This reports no suspects with those names at this time. Putting out an APB.
Affirmative.
Report counter behavior to a Civil Protection team immediately.
Lower levels. Storm system? They plan to use you for terminal restriction zone raids. Fascinating.
Rappel citoyen. Inhabition égale conspiration. Signalez opposition à une unité de protection civile immédiatement.
Where is it?
Rank leader. Reminder, 100 sterilized credits qualifies non-mechanical reproduction
In
simulation.
the Outlands, you mean? Right, okay. Any information about that, Echo 6? Do you know about this compound? Copy, yeah. They probably moved bases.
Detect 5 and report into command.
Or something, or maybe they're operating in the area. Doesn't matter, Trainers are not. Go on, what I'm trying to understand. You have a lot of
Reminder,
information on these guys.
memory replacement is the first step towards rank privileges.
Originally, you told us that you were being held captive or being threatened to work with them. It sounds more like it was willful cooperation. I mean, it was obvious from the story straight again. Were you being held against your will, or were you working with them willing?
Rank leader. Reminder, 100 sterilized credits qualifies non-mechanical reproduction simulation.
That's not what I asked.
You've been found guilty of
I asked you a simple question.
Your punishment will be a citation.
Or is this a wasted under duress? Or were you working with them willingly? You chose to cooperate.
I can promise you that.
And why is that? Why did you choose to betray us? I see. I do everything in my power to bring all of you up. If you want to go behind our back, you want to betray your own men, that's gonna be on you. There is no defense for that. The only person that goes behind the backs of the people that are supposed to be holding their own are the cowards. You betrayed your own team. Copy that. There is no defense for that. Alright, Division Alpha. We're done here.
Frank, if you don't mind,
The decision that you've made.
I want to ask something.
No, that's fine.
Hero, you must have had some way that allowed you to communicate with these anti-citizens, safe positions, radios, frequencies.
Tank leaders. Reminder.
Give us something, you can still change your fate.
Non-mechanical reproduction stimulation now. 3 milligrams.
How did you keep in contact with them?
Alright.
That's something.
That is some information that you could scanning hostile biomass. The smallest bit of information that you could have given us. If only you would have chosen to, not betray us long ago. But it seems like you already made your decision, so you're gonna have to sleep in the bed that you made.
All units switch com to TAC 5 and report into command point.
It looks like your transportation is here. Contact sounds ready to go. Proceeding with escalation. It didn't have to come to this.
All units switch com to TAC 5 and report into command point.
In your final moments, I hope you think about the actions that you just set it down. We're moving down. Alright, let's go. This is out of our hands, so wrap it up.